Welcome back to my channel. Today's ice dye project is going to be a baby blanket from Grateful Dyes. It's 100% cotton, Dancing Robin brand. I'm using a simple technique. I call it the spine dye. So if you would like to join me, that's coming up next. For this dye, you will need sinew, a washable marker, a couple rubber bands, scissors, the blanket, and then not shown here, you need a bowl, and I use a cut off 2-liter bottle where I cut the bottom and the top off. For this project or any other dye project you plan on doing, be sure to wash and dry the piece that you're going to dye to get any of the factory chemicals off that might hinder the dye attaching to it. To start, you're going to want to lay the blanket out flat and get it as smooth as you can. In this instance, and most of the time, I tie my pieces dry. I don't like the feeling of the soda ash on my fingers, nor do I like wearing gloves. Once you get the blanket laid out to your liking, go ahead, grab your washable marker, and you're going to want to draw a line diagonally from one corner to the other, basically splitting the blanket in half. I typically run the top of the pen just to make an indent in it to kind of give me a guideline before I go ahead and actually make the marks, making sure that I have the blanket roughly cut in half. I'm keeping this in real time as I draw the line just to give you a better idea of how long it takes. And then I'm just going back through, kind of going back over the little spots that missed when I make the line. And please keep in mind, this line does not have to be perfect. It's whatever you prefer to be able to fold the line, pleat the line straight in the end. Once you get your line drawn on there how you'd like, pick a corner and you're going to start pleating along the line from one end to another, with the ultimate goal of having the line be straight at the end, which I'll show you. Keep in mind that the pleats can be as big or as small as you would like them. You'll have to try a couple of these to decide the height of the pleat that you prefer. So I will be back when I'm finished pleating to show you the line. Here's the straight line that I was pleating towards that I spoke of earlier, that you're going to use as your guide for your sinew line. Once you get to that point, take your sinew, tie a slip knot, and slide it over your blanket, lining it up with the line. I wrap the sinew 3, 4, 5 times. I think in this case I did 3. That'll give you different thickness of the line. And once you do that, go ahead and pull it as tight as you can so you will get the white line in the end, and go ahead and give it a trim. My next step is to go through and lengthen the pleats a little bit on either side of the sinew line, even them out somewhat, kind of make it flat, and then I go ahead and attach a rubber band on each side of the sinew line, making them approximately the same length away from the sinew line on each side. Here you go. This is what it looks like being fully tied with the rubber band on either side of the sinew. For this blanket, I did go ahead and soak it in soda ash water, and I did not wring it out. I did not spin it out for this project. I'd like it to be very damp so the dye flows better. A bowl and then a 2-liter pop bottle with both ends cut off. And I'm going to go ahead and just lay the blanket over the top of the 2-liter bottle. The ends are in the bucket or in the bowl, and they'll be dyed in the muck when it's all said and done. For this blanket, I chose Dharma's Raspberry, and the other color is Shiitake. I did the raspberry right on top along the sinew line, and then kind of accented with the shiitake. I went ahead and put it in the sink and let the ice melt and let it batch for probably 48 hours, I would say. This time of year, it's quite cold where I'm at, and that definitely takes a little bit longer to get done. And here it is, ready for the end tie. I hope you guys like it. One thing I can tell you is with the raspberry color, use sparingly. It will overtake a project, much like a turquoise color. If you use too much, your whole thing will end up turquoise. In this case, it was raspberry. Use sparingly. And I want to say thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment if you're so inclined. I very much appreciate the interaction. And you guys have a nice day.